So we finally made it, everybody, to San Francisco, California. So we're going to go over real quick the things to do when you're visiting with a large family. So when you only have 2 days in San Francisco and a family of 6, what can you do? Well, to start with, we visited the iconic Golden Gate Bridge. Built in 1933, completed in 1937, this bridge spans across the Golden Gate Strait and connects San Francisco to Marin County.
View is beautiful, it's nice.
Now, another thing that we found great at the park were the Mexican vendors selling the mangoes with the tangy, saucy. Oh man, it was delicious. But besides that, the only time you're not going to see a great view is if Carl is blocking your view. Now, Carl is the name given to the fog that is unique to San Francisco, and there's plenty of it. In fact, when we were driving over the bridge, we saw a car disappear right in front of us, and when we got to the top of the park, we couldn't even see the bridge.
Coming back down from the top, it is windy, very windy, dust blowing all over. Supposedly Arius almost got blown away.
Now next, anybody visiting, you have to go and check out Fisherman's Wharf. Fisherman's Wharf is the popular tourist attraction area, and since we're tourists, we were there. All right, when you go to Fisherman's Wharf, you have the aquarium, you have plenty of restaurants, too many to name. You have a lot of different shops there. The piers are there. You have the ferry to get to Alcatraz is over there. Of course, the sea lions are over there. Plenty of souvenir stores and very entertaining street vendors are there. Very entertaining.
All right, don't throw it. Can you know, just go behind me. So go behind me. You see the hole right there? Just put it in right there. don't make it weird, man. Just put it in. You're making it weird.
We were over here while the sun was setting, and to say the least, the views and the sounds were very beautiful. Now in the backdrop, that is Alcatraz Island. You can get to Alcatraz Island off of Pier 33. It costs around $45 to $50. It's a pretty much self-guided tour. The tour lasts about 2.5 to 3 hours long, but you can stay on the island as long as you like. Now they also have night tours, they have behind the scene tours. Best thing is to get reservations in advance or make reservations because it sells out pretty quickly.
Alright guys, so this is Chinatown in San Francisco.
Now Chinatown here was started sometime around the 1850s, or 1850 to be exact, and this is the oldest and largest Chinatown outside of Asia.
How many followers you have? Just
None.
for curiosity, how many followers?
I don't have
don't?
I don't have
You're
social
not-
media.
For the family, for friends.
Yeah, I just called them.
Now you can't stop in this Chinatown without checking out the original first fortune cookie place where it was made at. Also sticky buns, definitely check out Easton Bakery. Now whatever you do, add this to your list. Built in 1915 for a World's Fair event, the Palace of Fine Art is a Greco-Roman inspired palace. Alright, it only takes about 30 minutes to 45 minutes to check out the entire thing. It's not that big, it's open until midnight. Go over there, have fun, take a lot of pictures, but like I said, don't leave without seeing it.
We are on Billionaires Row.
Now, if you're into properties, architecture, just looking at different homes and the beauty of them, then you're going to love this part of San Francisco. Billionaires Row, or what is referred to as Pacific Heights to be exact, is a must-see. So take time out of your trip, whenever you have time, I guess cooling off in the car in the AC, and come and drive over in Pacific Heights and just check out the homes. This is one of the most expensive cities to live in, or towns if you want to call it, in the United States. The median home price is about $1.5 million. Not for these things you're looking at, but for something mediocre. Now, when I say mediocre, I mean mediocre to a billionaire. Remember, we're in Billionaires Row. It's going to be immaculate to you and I. Now, if I had to place the top attractions, the top things to see in order, Lombard Street would be my number 2. Lombard Street is the crookedest
This is a nice
street in
picture.
the world. It's also one of the most beautiful streets in the world. The floor arrangements they have going from the top of the street to the bottom, it's sitting at the top of the hill, so the view that you get when you're looking down the street from the top and then just looking up the street from the bottom, just at the way it curves, it's a beauty. Not only did I look at it and walk up and down the steps on both sides, but I also drove the truck down Lombard Street. It was a lot of fun. I suggest you do it. Now, depending on the time of day or the day, it can get very busy because, as you could imagine, there's a lot of tourists that come and they want to see this exact street, but definitely check it out, have fun. Now, our next stop was Alamo Square. Now, Alamo Square, the park itself is beautiful. All right, it's a really beautiful park. The trees are magnificent. They look like trees out of prehistoric times, but that's not what Alamo Square is famous for.
Behind us, everything out here is a hill. Everything out here is a hill. People out here got strong legs, man.
So if you guessed it, Alamo Square is famous for the Painted Ladies. The Victorian houses that were built back in the 1800s, made famous or highlighted by the 90s sitcom, A Full House. Now the actual series was filmed at, or used the image of the house at 1609 Broderick, but it was not filmed in the Painted Ladies at all. It was actually filmed in a studio. Now, you can also schedule and get a tour of the Painted Ladies or one of the homes over there. One of the owners was kind enough to open up his home for pretty much tours to the public. So this is what the inside of it looks like. All 3 floors. It's an immaculate house. They're beautiful homes. And again, it's stunning how old they are and how well preserved they are as well. San Francisco's legendary cable car. Now, when you pay a visit to San Francisco, you gotta ride on a cable car. These things have been in operation since the 1870s. They're manually operated cable cars. You also got the Cable Car Museum that you can check out, but these are definitely a must-see and a must-try out. Now, the other thing over here that we noticed were the Waymo taxis. Everywhere we went, we seen Waymos. The thing with the Waymo, they're driverless. No one's driving this vehicle, so it's all pretty much automated. It's definitely something to try out. Now, this next spot, we stopped over here to get something to eat real quick, but the sign definitely warns you about the area.
I'm in Brenda's French Soul Food. A nice spot in the area where they tell you don't go to, the Tenderloin area, but it's cool in there.
Yeah, so if you don't have to go to the Tenderloin, then don't go to the Tenderloin. And remember, when you're booking a hotel, make sure it's not in the Tenderloin area. Now, a better environment and still decent food, you guessed it, over at Pier 39, Market Pier. That was a good spot, but we had to get some local food as well. So Head and Tails was also a good location, and then of course the Little Skillet. Whether you're visiting for the first time or the 10th time, you must visit the renowned Napa Valley wine region.
So we're in Napa Valley, y'all. We're at the Castle Winery to have Fee do some wine tasting, not me.
Located about 50 miles outside of San Francisco, it's only about an hour drive, it's not that far. With over 400 wineries and tasting rooms, this is the place to be. Known for their Cabernet Sauvignons, the Merlots or the Chardonnays, and the picturesque scenery, you won't be disappointed. Not to mention the many Michelin star restaurants you will find here, and you'll have fun. Given the many options we had, and considering we had the children with us, we decided to go to the Castle di Amorosa, the wine castle.
The tasting room with the 2018. Exact same grapes, same vineyards, just 5 years older. Not the same quality, but it's interesting to compare with a wine who's already 10 now. So I know you like dry red, you like dry reds too.
The owner built this castle to reflect a 14th century Tuscan castle. All of the stuff he brought in, the materials, the brick, the stone, everything was imported from Tuscany. Once you see this place in person, you'll see that the owner spared no expense. It's truly a masterpiece. Now, besides enjoying the wine, there's a lot of other things for you to enjoy here. They have a dungeon with the real medieval torture equipment, and then they have some beautiful paintings. One I like is a painting of Dante's Inferno. They have some other paintings there, but Dante's Inferno is a must-see. Now, we can't leave San Francisco without visiting Oakland. Oakland is right next door. Oakland is steeped in so much history and tradition. So many people from there, great people, and so many movements erupted out of Oakland. One in particular, the Black Panthers. We visited the first headquarters of the Black Panthers. We got to see where Huey P. Newton lived. We got to see the statue or the monument that was erected for him. We got to see the other Black Panther party house that they went to after they left the first headquarters. And then we got to check out some beautiful, beautiful artwork and stuff that they had around the neighborhood. This is definitely a must-see for anybody who's a history buff. Even if you're not, this is just a part of history that is undeniable. We got here late morning, early afternoon. We were able to stop into the bakery, speak to the guys in there, and they were able to point us in the right direction. Don't be scared to go into the bakery. It looks like it's not the first headquarters, but it is. It's in there. It's all on the walls. Anyway, they showed us where we needed to go, and we were able to get over there, take pictures, and see some things that we didn't even know existed. Muir Woods. Now, somebody told us about this when we were in Yellowstone. They said, hey, if you're going to San Francisco, you got to check out the Redwoods.
Really tall. But in comparison, this is the tree. And there you go.
Now, these are redwoods, not to be mistaken with sequoias. Redwood trees are the tallest growing trees in the world. San Francisco, or this area, is pretty much the only place where you can find these trees. The park is a quick walk, is maybe 1.7 miles, 1.8 miles. They have a few trails. It's definitely worth the stop. We stayed over in Berkeley. Berkeley is a nice location. The Holiday Inn Express is where we stayed. It wasn't too expensive. It was priced just right. The neighborhood was nice and quiet. However, you do need to be careful when you're booking your hotel because when you're shopping online, you just don't know what you're going to get. It doesn't really give you a picture of what the area is or the area that you're in. The other thing to look out for is if you have your vehicle there, be careful because they do break into your cars and they take your stuff. Besides that, San Francisco was beautiful. It was a great place. We will visit again and again and again. Later.
Y'all, everybody sitting here watching this, literally.
Hit the store for William, trip the kid. I get the tree for free.